Well, let's bring in Aasma Wadud, who is a current affairs analyst from Islamabad. Thanks very much indeed for joining, Asma. First of all, I mean, Pakistan seems to be once again caught in the middle between Russian energy and Ukrainian food, if you like.
It's always a very complicated situation for Pakistan because of our geopolitical and economic situation. We always find ourselves in the middle of a crisis, and it's always a choice between the fire and the fire. But this time, Pakistan has taken a very firm stance for to stay neutral in the issue, because we need to have a very good diplomatic relations with China, Russia, and Ukraine, US all together. We cannot pick and choose at the moment because of our economic conditions, because of our geopolitical location, because of our political instability. There's lots of things that make us emphasize on peace rather than taking any side. And this is, I think, it's more like a strategy to mitigate the impact of the crisis that we may face from this evolving global situation.
But nevertheless, the meeting with Foreign Minister Zardari and his Ukrainian counterpart, it's been made quite clear, although plenty of rumors came with that meeting, but it's quite clear that Pakistan needs that grain deal to go ahead.
Yes, actually, we depend on the imports from both Russia and Ukraine. The wheat shortage that we are expecting in the near future, we need help from these countries. And in like the 2020, the year 2020, we were faced with the same situation, and the help from Ukraine became really handy. It was actually the lifesaver situation in that time. Again, we are dependent on, we actually predominantly depend on for wheat and many other things from these countries. And it is very difficult for us to pick and choose. For example, after this crisis, that the war that broke between Russia and Ukraine, the raw material that we use, for example, the oil, gas, wheat, we also import defense products from Ukraine as well. So the price of raw material that directly impacted our industries and the consumers. So we are actually in a very bad situation with this whole war situation in between Russia and Ukraine. But at the same time, we need to have diplomatic relations with all, because we actually depend on the imports that we get from these two nations and the Europe and the US. So it is very complicated for Pakistan, and it's going to be more complicated in the near future. So the policymakers need to mitigate this crisis as soon as possible.
Aasma Wadud, thanks very much indeed for joining us this evening on TRT World.